everyone, and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today we are taking a look at something that we have not looked at before on the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel here. We are taking a look at our first Dragon Ball Z figure, Piccolo, the Proud Namekian, courtesy of our friends at Bluefin Brands. This figure looks incredible. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan going back to those like Toonami days. I remember checking it out after school every day, and Piccolo and Goku were always my two favorite characters from the show, so I love that this is just kind of like a fully decked out Piccolo figure. So before we open this up and take a look at everything that's on the inside, because there is quite a lot in here accessory-wise, as is typical with the SH Figuarts figures, right? Let's take a look at the packaging. Of course, you get that nice window design, the nice art on the side, the name Piccolo. You have all of the fun logos here. You got the Dragon Ball Z, the Tamashii Nations, and the Bandai logo, as well as the foil sticker there, the quality. Yep, and then you get the art on the sides, as well as on the back, showing you everything that you get and the different ways that you can pose Piccolo here. So, without further delay, let's take a closer look at the SH Figuarts Proud Namekian Piccolo.
Yes, I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle!
Alrighty, and here we have Piccolo. So I took him out of the box. I made some kind of changes just to kind of play with it before really diving in here. But before we get into the splendor that is this figure, I think the first thing that we have to discuss is the incredible array of accessories that you get with Piccolo. So you get the folded arms, which you saw him displayed with in the package through the window, and I'll show you. For those of you that are not familiar with SH Figuarts figures that do cross their arms get this really fun accessory. I feel like it is a very anime thing, but I wish, actually, this is my first experience with it, I would love to see some other manufacturers do this, because a crossed arm pose is great for the shelf. It's a wonderful touch. So that's one of the accessories that you get. I'm just going to kind of bring the tray over here. I think it's a little easier to show everything off that way. So I'm just going to bring the tray over here. You do get an incredible array of accessories. So you get tons of expressive faces here for Piccolo. You get a back piece, which we'll show you when we're kind of going through the accessories here. The expressions that you get for him, you get an additional expression for his headgear head. You get from neutral to angry to, like, furious, with including the veins and everything popping on his head. It's fantastic. Of course, a series of hands. You get along with the I have one fist here, and then he's got the special beam cannon. Double pointer here. You get open hands, you get kind of clawed hands, and then really cool, if you're a fan of the show, Piccolo did lose his arm, has lost his arm, and he can grow it back. You get the severed arm piece here with some great detail, some great meaty detail in there. So we'll go through how all of these kind of plug in, and we'll take a look at them. All right, so let's jump in. Before we start swapping things around here, let's just take a look at the paint and detail here of Piccolo, because it's stunning. It's a very great job. The greens pop. The purple of his outfits and the blues, the pink of kind of his muscle fibers. It's all there. It's great. There isn't a smudge on it. The paint is perfect throughout. Down to his boots. You can even see just the little bit of his ankle that's exposed there. The paint is perfect. Yeah, and that carries throughout the figure. So one of the things that I did want to show, like I mentioned before we jump into the articulation, I'm going to disconnect his arms here. So I'm just going to pull him out here. So as you can see, his arms are kind of, you know, popped off there at the shoulders. And then, so that way you can see, but it kind of just pegs in on the one side, or ports in on the one side. And then on the other side, you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to line up that peg. It might be kind of a, here, let me sort of undo it from the other side. There we go. Okay, there we go. So you can kind of lengthen. There we go. All right. Cool. Cool. All right, so you can see now he's got this awesome, leave the cape off for right now, but he's got this awesome, like, B-boy stance now. But no, the shrugged shoulders and or I should say the crossed arms, you know, it works so well. It's just such a fun little added bonus. You know, it makes the character so much more dynamic. Doesn't look like you're kind of fudging it by crossing the arms over each other. It really is a great feature. But I'm gonna pop these off one more time, so that way we can put on his other arms and go over his articulation. So let's take a look at his articulation here. You know, the head, you can look up about that far, look down about that far. You do get a little bit of additional movement there with the actual neck articulation. He can look down, you know, a little bit more that way, you know, by bending the neck. Of course, the shoulders, you know, all the way around. You do get a butterfly joint. So as you can see, you can bring his shoulders out. So, you know, those arms do come very, very far out. And they go back enough. Again, due to the sculpting of the actual character. The one thing that I do notice is, you see this, the way that the shoulder joint works here. So as the shoulder piece kind of comes out, it can kind of collapse on that peg. So when you put the arm on, you just have to make sure that this shoulder joint, or this one, whatever, is pushed all the way on, so that way the entire peg is revealed. Otherwise your arm is going to keep falling off. But that's not, it's purely the function of the joint. So but yeah, you get the upper bicep swivel, get a nice double jointed elbow. Of course, your wrist spins, and you do get a little bit of a give, you know, up and down with it as well. The top, you get an upper torso swivel. You're not going to go all the way around with it, but, you know, he does go back and forth, and he can lean back that far, and he can lean down that far. You do get a lower bicep swivel, or a lower torso swivel, excuse me, and then that one is the one that you can go all the way around on. For his legs, even though these pants are super bulky, you can get him into the splits. He can kick out very far, and he can kick back very far. And as you can see, with the way that this multi-jointed hip works, it really doesn't hinder you. I mean, he kicks as far forward as you'd like, and then you can actually see the joint at work as I kick back. It's actually stunning. You know, and then you can really kind of contort him into just about anything. They do show, and I'll try to get him into it real quick, but that you can put him even in a very easy, you know, crisscross applesauce. You know, grab your stand, your flight stand, and, you know, you can have him cross-legged, you know, like he is on the show, which is awesome. Which means, too, that he can sit fully. Just, it's incredible. With the pants, I think, are the most impressive part about this figure, for me, to be honest. You get a double-jointed knee, you know, getting you past 90 degrees. And then, you know, you do have your toe pivot and your rotating and pivoting ankle. I would say my only piece of feedback about this figure so far is the pin. You know, they didn't put a colored pin in there. You could just see a metal pin in the toe. I mean, that's kind of commonplace in figures, but like, hey, you gotta, if we're gonna pick nits about an otherwise incredible figure, there you have it. All right, so on the back of this figure, as I mentioned, you have this back port, which is, you know, it's designed to both have the cape peg in, which has its own set of articulation, which is incredible. But if you are having him without his regalia on, you get this this back piece that simply plugs in to cover all that up. And what we'll do is, too, we'll pop off this head real fast. We'll put on one of his antennaed, nice angry Piccolo, right? And again, man, look at that detail. Just look at the veins on his head, the purple in his mouth, the way his eyes are painted. It's incredible. So what we'll do is we will, at the end, I'll put in pictures of him with all the various accessories and everything on. But let's get into the comps. So let's compare Piccolo to some other action figures. So I figure the best place to start is with my old school Irwin Toys Super Saiyan Gohan. I feel like that height is right. I feel like that works. It's been a while since I've rewatched, but you know, it's nice to see Piccolo with his little protege there. So with Gohan. Here he is with another anime figure, modern anime. Here he is with My Hero Academia's All Might. This is the McFarlane Toys version. Again, I feel like that height works really well. For all of you out there who are children of the late 80s and were anime fans, I'm sure you remember the video game Mugen, you know, on the computer. So it's fun to imagine, you know, an updated version of Mugen where maybe these two are duking it out. And then I feel like lastly, the thing that needs to be compared here is Piccolo to another SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figure. So I happen to have here, again, thank you very much to our friends at Bluefin for sending us Goku as well. So what's Piccolo without his first rival, then eventual friend, Goku? Here we have the Kaioken version of Son Goku. I'm just going to throw Corn in here too for good measure. Corn. This is the Kaioken version of Goku, so he has the kind of the shiny red glowing effect to him, which is awesome, but he scales wonderfully with Piccolo, and it's just another fantastic figure. I cannot wait when I wrap up here to put these two through their paces in the light box and have them fight each other. Wow. This figure is this is a triumph of action figures. I wish I could go back in time until well, probably what was that, like 11, 12-year-old Eric, that one day you will have a Piccolo figure. I wish I still had my Irwin one to compare this to, but that one day you will have a Piccolo figure that does everything that you would ever want it to do. It's just, these figures are so cool, man. This is a dangerous line because you know, God, their figures are just so good. The colors, the detail, the articulation, the accessories, the posability, the likeness, it is all there. You can practically hear him you know, in your head while you're playing with them. It's just, everything is so thoughtful with these. Yeah, it's insane. As you saw when we broke it down inside the light box there, this figure is incredible. Tamashii Nations continues to outdo themselves. Bluefin, thank you once again for sending this to us to take a look at. This should make every Dragon Ball Z collector proud, whether you are an avid collector or you know, just kind of dabbling in it like we do, this figure is this is a masterpiece. This is easily already, we're only in February, this is easily already atop of my list of best action figures for the year. So kudos and thank you again for sending this to us to take a look at. So as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there so that way you don't miss videos like this of us taking deeper dives into the toys we love. Make sure you're following us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, where we're constantly posting toy news, toy photography, all the other fun stuff that we find within the community. And then last but not least, the podcast. So Adventures in Collecting, you can hear from Justin Cavender himself from Bluefin Brands. We've had him on the podcast before, talking about these incredible things that they're doing there, and you can listen to that where all podcasts are found, or simply click the link in the description below, which will take you to our website. And then, make sure that you stick around after the fade for some additional figures. We're going to put Piccolo back in the light box here and take some fun pictures with him. And as always, until next time.